Welcome to Auto Corner, and today we are driving another car. The car we're driving today is the Mercedes CLK. CLK was launched back in the 90s, 1997 to be precise. It was a great success for the car. It had a very 90s looks, kind of boxy, but it was based on the C-Class. And back in 03, Mercedes said, you know what, let's update this model. So they did with this, the w209 series. The w209, like I said, was launched in 03 and came with a variety of different engines. And I will stop the video now and give you all the engine specifications now. Go! And we are back, thank you. For now you know all the engine specifications. The car we are driving is the CLK 200. It has, it's not based, it basically has a lot of options, this car. Back in 2003, this car was sent to back basically 38,000 euros, at least in Sweden. So it was quite expensive car. The same thing with the w209, which was launched on a C-Class platform, but of course the interior and the chassis is a little bit different. It's a bit more luxurious. This engine has 160 horsepower roughly and 240 newton meters of torque. And it's a decent engine. It's very smooth. It has a supercharge. It's a 1.8. It's a very nice engine to cruise around with. Average fuel combustions, at least how I drive it, I accelerate sometimes on small drifts. Average driving, basically, I'm averaging, let's see, 11.5. So it's quite a thirsty car for the engine size. If you get the bigger ones, the 350 and the 500, then you will get even worse fuel economy. You have the diesel engines, as I also showed. It's a great option if you drive a lot of long journeys, because then you will reduce your fuel economy quite a lot. But if you drive short distances a lot, then go for the petrol ones. The V6s, I mean, this is a 160 horsepower. It's not the most powerful car in the world, but it's okay. It does the job okay for everyday use. But of course, if you want a bit more power, then I would recommend actually going for the V8s. Skip the V6s. It's a nice thing to have. But if you're gonna go fuck it, then go for the V8s. The 500 is a great car. You get that V8, it's a 5-liter. If you have the budget, CLK 55 AMG is a great car. You get that beautiful AMG sound, and you basically get a C63 AMG for almost half the price. So it's definitely a car you should look into. It was facelifted back in 05. It was a facelift, but minor facelift. Most thing they improved was interior quality. So you get this is a pre-facelifted. So all of this was a bit more modern. Different bumpers on the exterior. So they can see sharper bumpers, bigger wheels, and you also get the grille was updated. The dials was white as well. You had two packages you can bought this car back in the day, and you had the Advanced Guard, was basically the sport package, and then you have the Elegance, which were the luxury package basically. And then you of course had the AMG, and when you buy the AMG you also get 18-inch rims. This car does come with 3 different gearboxes to choose from back in the day. This car is the 5-speed automatic. You had a 6-speed manual and a 7-speed automatic. All CLK 200 came with a 5-speed manual as standard, and then an option was the automatic, and it was roughly 1,200 euros back in the day. It's an okay gearbox. It's very slow to respond sometimes. For example, I've accelerated, there we go, now it kicked in. So it does take its time. It's almost an old-fashioned gearbox. It's the same gearbox basically that is in the Mercedes SL and CL, the bigger one, V12s and V8s with the 5-speed automatic. It does have a weird thing. If you want to shift it manual, in the normal cars you go up and down, and this car you go side to side for plus and minus, which is a thing to get used to. It's not the car you want to drive in manual, in automatic, because it's not good in any way, shape or form. It's very laggy, it's very slow to respond. It's nowhere near the gearboxes of today. Sometimes when it's cold starts as well, it does take the time. It wants to rev up the engine for some reason, which is very annoying. You have two modes as well. You have comfort and you have sport. When you have it in comfort, you will always start the car off in second gear. If you have it in sport, you will start off in first gear. Another thing I noticed when I put it in sport, I actually get greater fuel economy. For example, if I have it in comfort, I basically get 11 to 12. And when I put it in sport, for some reason I get 9 to 10. So it does affect the fuel economy. So if you buy one, or want to buy one or own one, put it in sport and always drive it in sport. Never put it in comfort because it's shit. And the gearbox, like I said, is very slow to respond. The 7-speed gearbox, which is a better modern day gearbox, was available on the 350 and the Mercedes 500s, the CLKs, and the 63 AMG. They were never available on the 2-liter, as I understand. Some of the diesel engines may also have them. I do not have that information because there is no information about that. The car, I love the CLK, the interior of this car. This car is 10 plus years old now, and the interior, no squeaking rattles. It feels like brand new. The quality in here is really nice. If you get the leather interior, if you want to buy one, you have to buy one with a leather. Don't buy one with the cloth seats. It does give a very, I mean, again, I'm blown away that this interior is 10 years old. Yes, the wood is plastic, but it does look like real wood. The quality of the bottoms, this is even a pre-facelifted one, looks really nice. Everything is, like I said, very well put together, and it's a very comfortable and nice place to be. The seats, again, very typical Mercedes, are quite firm, but on a long journey you get used to it, and you can't drive it for a lot of hours without getting back pain or bum pain, which is really nice. Of course, they are not as luxurious. The seats are not as maybe the seats are maybe not as luxurious or like an S-Class or something like that, but they are really comfortable and really nice. ESP can't be totally turned off. It will still intervene the car, but you can still have a lot of fun. The car doesn't encourage you to drive spiritually. It wants you to chill and cruise, and that's really nice. This is a perfect everyday car because, again, you get in a BMW or Porsche, you just want to get in and go. You just want to fucking mad accelerator and take every corner sideways. In this Mercedes, you don't want to do that. In this Mercedes, you want to put the radio on a soft position, put the memory seat back and just cruise. And that's really nice if you are like me and have a problem with speed. But again, the steering as well, it is quite heavy. It's a maybe even the same feel as the SL, the big car. It does not have a lot of feedback, but it has a nice weight to it. And you feel like you're driving something nice for some reason. It does give you enough feedback. It's very Mercedes. Memory seats has you have 3 different memory seats options you can choose from. The passenger seat does not have it. That was an optional extra. Mercedes are very cheap on that shit. Very nice. Electronically controlled steering wheel thing. You can adjust it, which is really nice. Another thing cool is that you have the arm that pulls out when you want to take your seat belt out, which is very handy. Now if we come to the problems of the Mercedes CLK, a lot of it is sadly electronics. This car is very, very reliable if you take really good care of them. This generation Mercedes for some reason really are quite good, especially the CLK. If you do your maintenance correctly, you will not have any problems. I've owned this car basically for 3 months now. The things I've got is the oil level light low for many times, but it's not low. So again, when you're looking into buying a 10-year-old car with this amount of technology, don't forget, it's like using a 10-year-old computer. It's shit. So that's the main problem with every luxury car. You can find them very cheaply, big Mercedes and Audis like 10 years old, you can find them for a tenth of the price they were new. And the reason why is because the electronic sucks. You have a lot of sensors and shit like that, so it can go wrong. One example of the Mercedes stupidity is that they do not put an oil stick in this car, they have a sensor. And that's very annoying because sometimes the sensor reads wrong. And another thing, if the sensor fails for some reason, which is very unlikely, but still you will have no choice. I mean, you will burn your engine and will not even know about it. Suspension, very nice, very soft. Again, this car is very laid back, so you can drive it a lot of hours very comfortably. That's basically it. Computer, this most car came with it. It does have the navigation system, very old, useless. You have AUX, which is very nice even for this car, so you can plug in your iPhone and listen to your beats. But the graphic and overall are very, very old school. But who cares? It does the job okay. It's not as laggy as the iDrive system, for example. ESP, again, you cannot turn the ESP fully off. The reason why, because Mercedes don't let you do that, but I will show you in another video a secret mode so you can do those awesome drifts that I did before in this Mercedes. And if you want to see the drift video, then click the link in the description or click here, so I will show you that. Handling, again, very soft, very Mercedes. It's a bit yellow, it's a bit mushy, but again, beautiful car to drive. Now let's come to service cost. Big service on this car is basically 300-350 euros. Not that bad. Tires and stuff like that are not that expensive. One thing, for some reason in Sweden at least, insurance are very high on these cars. I even own a old BMW 325, which is the ultimate youth I will kill myself car, and I pay maybe half the insurance I do on this car. In Sweden, insurance is, if you're 30, it's like 700 euros a year. If you're 21, it's basically 21,000 Swedish crowns, which is 2,000 euros. Second-hand market, there are a lot of CLKs, a lot of convertibles, and if you look into a convertible, don't forget the leakage on the roof was a small problem. The CLK is underneath the CL and the SL, but it's above the CLK, so the same thing when it comes to luxury, is somewhere in between there. But thank you for watching this quick drive in the CLK. I hope you liked it, and I hope this review was sort of informative. Thank you for watching, and video is on the link and here. Peace.